All right, how was day 3 of fall camp?
It went well. We have, we're on our install number 3 as well, which is a lengthy one, and we ask a lot of our tight ends in install 3. So our guys had to prepare really hard to be ready for this practice, and they did a nice job with it.
How would you describe what a tight end needs to do at BYU? Because it feels like in Aaron Rodrick's offense, there's a lot of multiple, versatile, there's inline, there's flexed out, there's 13, we've seen 14 personnel before. It feels like a tight end here has to do a little more than the average team.
In the offenses that I've been in the NFL, this is how it is. They do have to do everything. When you said, how would you describe what a tight end in this offense is, immediately my mind said everything, because that's the truth. We have to pass protect. We have to be flexed out as the number 1 receiver. We'll be in the backfield as a fullback at times. You need to zone block, gap scheme block. You need to be efficient in your quick, short area quickness routes. You got to be able to get down the field. There's a lot of things are asked of the tight ends, and we're very multiple in the fact that we can move them to any of the positions on the field with, based on formation and certain personnel groups. That being said, it's also the fun part of the job. It's finding where our guys are a little bit deficient and trying to make them better in those areas, trying to maximize where they're really good. And so as coaching staff, that's what we try to do. We try to put our guys in the best position possible to be successful, but in turn, you can't always just have them in that spot, because then it's just screaming to the defense what you're doing. So we have to be able to get them less deficient in the areas where they are deficient, so that they can stay on the field and do a little bit of everything.
Is that different than some teams are doing? Because it feels like that's a tight end who's always flexed. He's never in line or whatever. Yet it feels like there's a lot of kind of pre-snap motion and situations that you want to disguise things in this offense.
Definitely, yeah, and that's a big part of it with us is we are trying to disguise, still getting our guys in similar positions to execute similar jobs, but not necessarily like sending those bells and whistles off to the defense. Other offenses, I would say they try to do the same. I just feel like we do it more.
More volume, I like that. In 1998, when you're trying to be a quarterback here at BYU versus being the tight ends coach now in 24 and 25, how have things changed, whether it be the field, the offense, the people? Because at that time, you're looking at, Kalani Sitake, the fullback. You're looking at Aaron Rodrick was the receiver and all that. How have things changed since then?
I mean, everything's changed. With the exception of this, I would say the love that you feel from the head coach. Now, they're different head coaches, but Coach Edwards and Coach Kalani are very, very similar in that regard. I just feel like this. I'm so happy to be around the people that I work with every day here. That's not always the case everywhere you go. I didn't experience at 18 years old how the coaching staff was and how they were around each other. I get to experience it now. So it's pretty special. I'm pretty happy to be back.
It's been awesome, and it's an incredible journey. Would you say you're the best baseball player on the coaching staff, given that you played in college?
I would say so.
Yeah.
I'd say
who's second?
No one. No one's even close. No, I'm just joking.
Like Fessy, bring it.
Yeah, no, I don't even know who did play baseball. Like in high school. I'm not sure. Yeah. I would say the guys that just from their body movements that I could see playing would be A-Rod, Fessy, who else? J. Hill, Kelly Papinga.
Feels like a center fielder.
Not Justin and some guys like that. But and then Gennaro could play the outfield for sure.
TJ Woods feels like a DH to me.
He'd be a DH or first baseman. Yep, DH first baseman. No, but it's a fun stuff. We enjoy being around each other.
That's awesome. Where does your NFL experience manifest itself the most when you coach here?
I would say with the development side of things. Now, I mean, there's always things, game plan. That I see things from a different lens at times, but really football is just football, and we have a very good coaching staff who sees things very similar to how I do, and so they'll have that same thought process going into it without me having to bring it to the table. So I think we have a really good staff in that regard, but being able to develop my players. What we talked about earlier with the physical side, but also the mental side, and teaching them like how to control their emotions, how to not get too high, get too low, be process oriented, not results oriented. Those are things that I've experienced and I've had a lot of success with because I've done it the other way and it hasn't worked. So just the years of coaching more so than the NFL experience, I'd say, is what's helping me be successful here.
Talking to Kevin Gilbride on BYU Sports Nation. Tons of turnover in your room. How are you handling that situation, making sure this group's ready?
Exactly what I just said to you earlier, which is I need to be like patient with myself, not get frustrated with myself. Just keep going, just keep chipping away at it, keep chipping away at it. They'll get it eventually, right? If we just keep doing it and keep trying to find different ways to make it click for them. So, and that's the only thing you can do, and you just keep going until you get the job done.
What's the best thing Carson Ryan does?
The best thing. It's hard because he's good at a lot of different things, and that's really what's special about him as a player, is that there aren't many deficiencies. You know, he can run fast, he can run routes, he has great hands, he's tough, he's strong, he's competitive in the run game. Like, there's a lot of great things that you can say about him. Best thing is probably that, to be honest with you, just that he is a complete tight end.
What amount of tight ends do you feel like, okay, I realistically am going this deep and I need to have them ready for every play? Obviously, want the whole room, but Fessy said, like, hey, 4 to 6 receivers is kind of my number. Do you have a number for your group?
I would say 4 to 6 as well.
Okay.
You know, and certain, they might not be ready to play the full football game on offense, but they might have certain roles on special teams and have a certain role on offense.
So Carson Ryan sticks out there. Ethan Erickson has experience. Kean Need comes from New Mexico State as well. Who are some of the younger guys that are in the mix for that 4 to 6?
Ethan Wood, who came from New Mexico State. Noah Moiaki definitely is in the mix. Will Zundel, Tucker Kelleher. You know, those guys are in the mix. Cole Clement. They're all in the mix right now.
Fun young group.
And it's just to go to see where they get to. And then we have another one who's injured right now, but who will be coming off of injury, who could really help us in certain areas as well. Jacob Nye.
Yeah, Jacob Nye. Gotcha. Anything else we need to know about the tight end group that we haven't talked about?
No.
What's the opportunity and challenge of a three-way quarterback battle where you're trying to get continuity with the one guy, yet you're trying to just get better as you go?
I say stay in your lane, stay process-based, like process-oriented. Like, we shouldn't be worrying about that as a tight end group, right? So we need to focus on us, on getting better, on getting ourselves ready to go for the season. Then whoever we put out there will be able to help. If we're worried about who's going to be starting at quarterback as a tight end or a tight end coach, we're not going to be getting our guys ready to go to be able to help whoever's out there.
There's a history of great tight ends here. Do you have one that sticks out for you? And is he on the third floor? And does he ask you that he is the best one?
He obviously stands out.
Chad Lewis.
Yeah, Chad Lewis. And the funny story that I have with Chad is he used to come back when I was actually transferring out of BYU, and he was coming back to work out. He and I would throw all the time because I wasn't necessarily working out with the football team. But so that was a special time for me, getting a chance to throw to an all-pro tight end. But the guy is Doug Jolly.
Woo, Doug Jolly.
You know, and he was also here when I was here. Great guy.
Doug Jolly. We went to a Super Bowl in 2002 with the Raiders. St. George, I think, right?
Yeah,
awesome.
High School.
Yep. Kevin, thanks for the time and best of luck.
Thank you. Appreciate it.